So, today I went and opened my Google Docs. I'm like, I need to write. I just felt an urge. And as soon as I opened my Google Docs, my chest started to feel really heavy. Oops. And tight. And I'm like, okay. It was letting me know, like, something needs to be let go of, like emotions. I didn't know what I was gonna write about. I just started flowing and ended up like going into my mom because I was just talking about how my chest felt really heavy, and how I knew something needed to be released from my body, like emotions. And it made me think about how heavy my mom must have felt because she had PTSD, just how much she had carried, and that I couldn't imagine imagining living the life that she lived and carrying so much. And man, I just started like bawling my eyes out because I've also had PTSD for like, I'd say like, it was like 2 years with PTSD related symptoms, anxiety, panic attacks. And I broke free from that because I faced my role. And it allowed me, I had to process through so many things before I reached that place. But facing my role and why I was in that situation and why I stayed to begin with is what really freed me from simply being the victim and staying in that very low state of being. Because I was a victim to something, but I'm also the victor of it because I also played a role. So yeah, I was just feeling that heaviness, and I'm like, wow, my mother lived with this for 40 plus years. How did she make it through without absolutely collapsing? And it was written all over her body. She had anxiety. She would hold her chest all the time. She had a cough with mucus because she smoked cigarettes. She drank alcohol. She tried everything to suppress her emotions tied to the experience. Because the thoughts that arose, she would drink, do drugs, anything, any type of escape mechanism. TV, food. And so many of those things weren't working anymore. She would make all this food and not be able to eat. Same food she's been making for 40 plus years. Like, she did not create the change that her body was literally asking for her to create. She didn't know how. She felt like because she had PTSD, she had to live with that forever. And, what has really hurt is that I found a way out of it. And I was beginning to share that with her. And she was gaining clarity. And then because of the relationship I was in and the harm that she had put in that relationship, I had to cut contact because I felt like it was best. And mostly the person I was with felt like it was best, even though I really wanted to reach out to her. But I also was tired of going through that cycle, of trying to get someone to see what they're doing and them not seeing it and wanting to brush it under the rug. So that was very hard. But then my mom passed. And, every now and then I feel this deep grief that I have to work through that's very challenging. But I notice it when it comes up and I allow myself to cry. And I remind my mother that I love her. And it helps me feel more at ease because I know she knows everything that I was trying to do and what I'm doing now, what I feel led to do for women. And also, she knows my heart. She knows my soul on a deeper spiritual level. So it helps me feel at ease, and I know everything happens for purpose. And I just feel really grateful to be able to take what I am learning from my mother and myself and support women in their own evolving, in their own breaking free from the chains that have been placed on them, and that they too have allowed themselves to be in without breaking free, without knowing how to break free. So the journey inward is where we begin to see all the places that we have been blinded from around why we move the way we move unconsciously, why we silence ourselves, why we have insecurities, we're not confident, why we're not walking in our own authentic, powerful, goddess, thriving energy. When you truly face your childhood wounds, when you go back to the past and you see the situations that stripped happiness from you, the times you didn't feel accepted, the neglect, and then you see the things that did bring you joy, the things you remember that were just like such blissful childhood-like experiences, you see clearly why you have made the decisions you've made in your life, how that has caused you to self-abandon. It's put you in situations that were not good for you and other people. And you begin to practice self-forgiveness, and you can actually decide what you no longer will do. What feels good truly feels good. You'll set boundaries. You'll know what you want in life. And at first you may not know. But as you focus on what feels good every day, as you learn how to tend to yourself in healthy ways, the path will be more revealed to you. You'll end up knowing exactly what you want out of your life. And every day when you focus on doing things that bring you joy and just literally being present and making the best out of your experience, you will be led to the path that you have envisioned for yourself. You'll be inspired, you'll be motivated, you'll feel fully empowered and fully alive in the vessel that you reside in. You are a soul in a physical body. Remember that. We've been told everything is physical, and we've limited ourselves. We've been in our head about what we shouldn't do, what we should do. Is this a good decision? Is this that? Is this logical? At the roots of who, or the core of who we are souls. We move from feeling to and logic, but the feeling is so important. You have to know and honor how you authentically feel, not how you've been told how to feel, not what you think will make another person feel better, not moving like that and people pleasing, but truly know and honor, like, I feel this way, and this is what I want, and this is what I don't want, this is what I won't tolerate anymore. And you move accordingly. You know how to emotionally regulate in healthy ways. And emotional regulation doesn't just look like, oh, I'm happy and calm and peaceful all the time. No. Also, there is a fire there. Anger is a natural emotion, and it comes when your boundaries have been crossed. So accessing that is so important, so you know what you will not tolerate in your life. You know exactly what you deserve. You will also learn how to healthily express your anger to yourself and to others, causing no harm. You'll feel fully at peace and in control of your emotional responses. You won't be acting erratically and impulsively. You will feel you will be in your center, and you express things so directly and move forward in whatever way you need to move forward. You will let people go that do not respect you. And life, you literally realize, like, life can be so blissful, and you are the creator of it. You can create your life like from scratch, basically, because you realize the blueprint that you were given doesn't fit you, and it never has. You can see clearly why it never fits you, why you never fit in, just who you've always been at your core, and why you've done these things that you felt or you thought were the right things to do, but that didn't really feel good. So comment Journey Inward, and I will send you all the details about when it starts, what you'll be learning, and how it will transform your life in the most beautiful, abundant of ways. There is no other transformation that will metamorphosize you like inner child healing.